Happy Pips, healthy chat. It's Peepschat. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good evening to everyone. I am Arisha.
And I'm Nikki, and welcome to the first episode of Peeps Chat Show.
All right, so Nikki, I believe that you weren't here last season, right? So
Yeah.
maybe the viewers are not familiar with who you are. So why don't you introduce yourself a bit?
I have to introduce myself. Okay.
Yes, of course.
All right. So, hi everyone. My name is Nakiba, but I go by the name Nikki, and I am the new host of Peeps Chat. I'm your new partner, Arisha.
I'm so
Hi.
excited. I finally have a partner to talk with. So, all
Same.
right,
I'm very
everyone,
nervous.
for today's episode, our topic is 2021 Valorant Champions Tour behind the scenes, and we have a very special guest joining us tonight. But before we introduce ourselves, Nikki, I want to ask you one question. Do you
What
play
is it?
Valorant? Yeah.
Do I play Valorant? Okay, so I actually do. Funny story. I started playing Valorant, I think in around February or March for a recording that I had to do for a different society. But you know what? Like, that's enough about me because I know the audience out there are eager to
Of
see our
course.
guests for tonight instead of me. So without further ado, let's welcome our guest, Khalish Rusyaidee. Hi, Khalish. Hi, Davai. How
Hi,
are you
hi
doing?
Nikki, hi Arisha.
Hi,
Uh,
Jawai. Yeah,
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me. So, like
of
those that,
course.
that
Thank you
so
for being
those
here.
that doesn't,
Yeah.
no, I mean, thanks to you guys too for inviting me. So yeah. Hi guys, I'm Dawai. Currently, playing for, playing professionally for Pepperex, the Singaporean-based organization. So yeah, today I'm with Nikki and Arisha. We're doing like some live talk together. So yeah.
Okay, so before we, proceed to the interview and ask more questions, I just want to tell the
Mm-hmm.
viewers out there that if you have any questions for Davai, feel free to type it out in the comment section. And if we have enough time, inshallah, we will try to
Inshallah.
have Davai answer some of your questions during the Q&A session, if that is
Mm-hmm.
okay with you, Davai.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Like I'm
Yeah,
down
okay.
to do that.
Okay.
So,
All right. So, yep. Without further ado, let's just dive into our first question. For Dava, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, let's
Okay.
go for
So,
it.
like you said before,
Mm-hmm.
that you are playing as a professional player, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering, like, how long does it take for you to reach to that level?
Uh, I would say few years. I mean, I started like so pretty much like Valorant and CS. They have like similar mechanics, the way how's the shooting works and how's the mechanics basically in general. So, like I started as a professional CS player, and then I shifted to Valorant early this year. So I would say it took me, I think, 1 year to become professional CS player. And I played like professionally CS for about from 2016 until this year, 2021. So yeah, I would say took me like 1 year to become professional, like not at the highest level, but yeah, I get to like play professionally. Like took me like 1 year, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
wow, so
Mm-hmm.
it took you quite a long time. And I just started
Mm-hmm.
in February, so patola, I knew. I need to I need to play for a longer time to be professional like that by here. But
Yeah,
like,
Nikki, you
okay,
can do it.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
have a
I think
story for
like
me, guys.
but
Pray
I
I
feel
can make
like
it out.
when it comes to being pro, I think like everyone has their own phase, like
Mhm.
someone can be pro in maybe like 6 months, like 8 months. So I think it depends on the person. I think like depends how good or like talented they are. So yeah, I think everyone has their own time,
Uh,
I guess, like the phase. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's their hard work, in my opinion. It's
Or
Yeah,
how
maybe
would
even
that?
how
yeah.
much you
Yeah,
play the game, right?
I mean, like if you really wanted to like improve, then you're gonna put like a lot of hours into the game. Like it's pretty much similar as the other sports, I think, or like anything in life that you wanted to do. If you put efforts into it, then you can be really good at it. So yeah, something like that.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, okay, can I move on to the next question?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I want to know what was the initial reaction that you got from the people around you when you first found out that you were playing professionally.
At first, when I first started as the CS, I'm gonna talk since that you guys asked me regarding like the early phase. So I'm gonna start from the CS because like Valorant is pretty much like I have all the basic and stuff. So when I switch over to Valorant, so I'm gonna talk like when I
Yeah.
just started. Hmm, I think at first like my surroundings are not really supportive except my mom. I think like my mom and my family, they are quite supportive even in the start, but friend, like in term of like my friend circle and stuff, they don't really like believe because at that time like they, for Kelantan people, they don't really like know how esports works. Oops.
oh yeah, sports.
So yeah, so like they don't really like support or like understand yet. So yeah, in term of like the support, I would say only my family like giving the full support towards me. And when it comes to my friend circle, they don't really like believe or like supporting me. So yeah, but it doesn't really matter, right? I mean, like,
Yeah,
Hmm.
because I just need to prove to them that I
that you can
can
do
make it
it.
happen. Yeah. So I mean, I
Yeah,
don't really
and
like, because in the end it's all about like trusting yourself rather than hearing the surrounding.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah.
true. It's
yeah,
all
Mhm.
that's true.
about believing in yourself instead of,
Yeah.
hearing others. Because
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
believe that if you heard the people around you, you wouldn't be where you are right now. Or do you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah, I mean, like
yeah.
everyone have their own opinion. Like, yeah, some of them could be like supporting you, some of them could be like doubting you. But at the end of the day, you gotta like prove them wrong or like show them if it's like possible or not. Because that only result can prove to them that
Oh,
it's possible.
oh, that's so true. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is so true. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so I think you say that your parents are very supportive of you, and
Mm-hmm.
it's already like what matters the most, rather than your friends or your other circles, right?
Yeah, of course. Like I think like the support from the family comes first rather than the outsiders. So yeah, I mean like having my families to support me, like I'm really like I really appreciate the support that I'm getting from my family. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So since this Pips Chat show is the episode for Valorant Championship Tour, so could you like briefly talk about what it is all about?
So about the VCT tournament in general, is it?
Yeah.
So VCT is the tournament that the creator, which is Riot, that making for the players. Like they host the tournament for the top tier player surrounding the world, like all around the world. For example, like NA is American, so like for European, for Asian, and yeah, so like basically they will host a tournament where you're gonna like, to in order for you to participate, you gotta like be at least immortal, if I'm not mistaken. So like you gotta be immortal to join the to participate in the tournaments, and then you gotta play like mm, from the regional qualifier, which is like for us, we gotta play like MYSG qualifier first. So like it consists of like Malaysian and the Singaporean players. So like if you wanna like qualify to the world stage, which is recently we went for the Berlin, you gotta win the MYSG qualifier, then you gotta like proceed to the C playoff. So when you proceed to the C playoff, you're gonna play against like C team, which is like Thailand team, like Indo team, Vietnamese team. So what else? Philippines. Yeah, I mean like consists of the C teams. So you gotta win like So the recent one that we qualified, there's like two slots. So you gotta be able to achieve top two in order for you to qualify to the world stage. And we managed to get top two during that qualifier. That's how we got to Berlin. So yeah.
Wow,
Mm-hmm.
that's so amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Thank you.
But like, okay, I know that to be qualified into VCT is hard. Can you tell us a bit of how you or your team was qualified into 2021 VCT?
How do we qualify?
Mm-hmm. Like, who did you go against? How many teams
Ah,
did you have to go against in order to go to Berlin?
so pretty much we like I explained before, like you gotta play the MISG qualifier where you have to get for the MISG I think you got two slot to the C, and pretty much we played like I think around four matches I think. Four matches to get into the C slot. So we fought the Malaysian and the Singaporean team to qualify. And after that, I think when we got into the C qualifier, we win around. I think it's kind of like the same. I think like kind of like four matches after, like we got into like the upper bracket final, and the moment we reached upper bracket final, we technically qualified for Berlin because there's two slot. So there's like upper bracket and then lower bracket. So when we got into the upper bracket final, technically we already qualified. So I think we played like four matches. I think when we got
Four
into the
matches.
qualifier, yeah. So four matches of best of three. So yeah,
That's a total of like about
I
12 matches because
yeah
four
depends.
and
I
then
mean like
again.
yeah, if we win like 2-0,
12
2-0. So
matches.
yeah, yeah. Unless
That's
like
that's a
Wow,
we
lot
got a
of
team.
games. I
yeah,
personally hate best of threes matches because it tires
Mhm,
me out. Like, okay,
mhm,
you did it for four different matches. Wow.
wow.
mhm.
So, I know that you started as a Counter Strike, like global offensive professional player.
Mhm.
Then you switched to the Valorant pro player, like this year, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and
We
then
switched
what?
around February. Mhm.
Then what motivate you to switch to shift to that,
Oh,
and why you decide to only focus on Valorant itself?
this one is gonna be. I think it's gonna be like quite funny story. I think so. In 2020, like we didn't really like do much in the CS scene. Like we pretty much like losing all throughout the year, and then only at the end of the 2020, we won the C qualifier. So you see, it's called like Zoe Achievements, which is consists of C teams. And but our boss were not happy with it, so they asked us to like, do you guys still want to play CS, or you
Oh,
guys want to switch to Valorant because our result like not satisfying, like throughout the 2020. So and we all like, we all thinking. So they gave us like few days to think about it with the rest of my teammates. Then we are like, if you want to stay in CS, pretty much like we're gonna get like salary cut. Then you're thinking like, oh, that's not good. So after that, the moment I heard about the salary cut, I was like, guys, I think let's go Valorant, guys.
let's
Then
try it.
everyone was like, yeah, I mean like, yeah, I mean like pretty much like we gotta, I mean, cause when it comes to like switching to Valorant, pretty much we gotta be ready. Yeah, obviously like we consider like ourselves at that time, like even though we didn't win, but we know that we are the top players in CS. So we know how good we are like as the individual player. But if we wanted to switch to Valorant, we need to be prepared for the worst, which is like getting smashed by the other current pros in Valorant. Because like when we switch, pretty much like we gotta learn all the mechanics, and then like we gotta
It's like you guys
basically
have to
start
go
from
all
zero
over
lah.
it.
Yeah,
Ah,
basically
yeah,
like
right.
starting from zero. So that's the mindset that we wanted to go if we did switch to if we want to switch to Valorant. So yeah, and then at the end of the day, we all thinking like, guys, I think like it's a good it's a good decision to switch also because in CS there's not much tournament anymore in C. like except like China scene. Like China, like the CS scene is still strong, but since we are in C, if you're not as good as the China team, pretty much we wasting our time, like grinding the game because we're not gonna be able to win the qualifier and stuff because there's like China like powerhouse which is Tailu and Vichy. So yeah, then we all decided to switch to Valorant in February this year.
And
Yeah.
So
obviously, you had fun playing it.
Yeah. I mean, even when we even before we switched to Valorant, when I was still playing CS professionally, after I'm done with practice, I always like play Valorant also with my friends because yeah, I mean the game is fun. I mean, new game, new mechanics, new skills and stuff. So it's kind of
I
like
can
new
totally
thing, you
relate.
know. So it's kind of like new
yeah,
thing. I mean, like I've been playing CS for like how many years, so it's kind of like same thing over and over. So when the new game came out, which is Valorant, so it's kind of like a new toy for
you
us, I guess.
you kind of like
Yeah,
excited to play.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so at that time I was like, don't really have motivation to play CS anymore. Then yeah, I
Mm,
am glad that we as a team made the switch, I guess. So yeah, that's how we got into Valorant.
I mean, I can definitely relate because honestly, I play Valorant at least once a day now. Even
Mm.
right now. Actually, I haven't
Yeah.
played yet today, so might play after the live.
Yeah, same. I didn't play. I haven't played Valorant so today. Yeah, kind of like tempting, you know.
Oh, am I? After this, you want to play with me?
Yeah, we'll see.
let's
Okay,
see.
Why
nanti
not?
nanti we'll exchange Riot ID, okay?
Yeah, sure.
And then you carry me, because I'm Ayin. All right,
Uh,
so moving on to the next question. So, when
mhm.
you first found out that you were qualified for VCT 2021, I want to know what were your initial feelings and what thoughts. Macam, you finally got to compete in the VCT. So, how did you feel then?
Obviously, it feels great because being able to play LAN is, I think, one of the blessing things. I think for the gamers that, not really gamers, like for the professional player, because like playing LAN is always fun, you know, because you get to travel to different country and then like get to meet other pros and then like learning from the best, you know. So yeah, of course, like the feeling is like great, great feeling. Wait, let me see the question again. Okay.
And plus,
Mm,
like, you get to meet Tenzi.
yeah, I had to. I took a photo also with him. So yeah, I mean like it was a very good feeling to be able to compete at the highest level. Mm, because you get to learn how's other region play, and then what's make us what I mean like the C region. What are we good at? What are we bad at? So like when we go there, we have our practice days, so we can like practice with like other region. So at the same time, we can improve our play style. You know, like we can learn a lot of things from the best team in the world around the world. So yeah, of course, it's a good feeling like being able to qualify for VCT Berlin despite we didn't really do much in 2020. So yeah, this year I would say like it's a very good year for me, I guess, even though there's like COVID here and there, but being able to like, you know, attend the event, yeah, I would say it's a blessing.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So since you like just joined the 2021 Valorant Championship Tour VCT, we are gonna
Hmm.
use VCT now. Like you were playing the Paper Rex and made it into stage three, the Master Berlin. So how do you get into this team, the team, and could you please like tell
Oh,
us the story? How
uh,
do you get the scouted? How you got scouted by the Paper Rex, and what
okay.
role do you play in the team?
So yeah, the how I got scouted is pretty much during CS day, I would say, because like when I switch to Valorant, I'm already like inside the PaperX CS team, so pretty much the same. Like even we switch to new game, we already like been in PaperX, but so we go back to how before I got scouted. It was early 20. I think at the end of 2019. I think. Um, I was playing for a team called Boot Dreamscape, which is the China organization. And then after few months, we kind of like there's like something happened, which is the obviously like the bad thing. So like we kind of like August. August means like we can like the sponsor pull out from sponsoring us, and then at that time we don't have any sponsor. And in order for us to commit full time, we kind of need the support from the new organization. And then at that time, I think it was in China. Like that time, we went for Zoe's Extremelands in China. But at that time, we already like Oculus, which is we don't have a sponsor anymore. But at that time, there's this guy, which is my friend, is the owner of the Pepper X. Talk to my current coach right now. So saying that he wanted to sponsor us and stuff. So that's pretty much how we got scouted into Pepper X, because he wanted to sponsor us, because at that time we are considered as top 3 in C. So yeah, that's how we got scouted in Pepper X.
Wow,
So
you guys were that great. That people, even though you lost your sponsorship, like other people still want to sponsor you. Like, wow.
yeah, but turns out
Yeah.
like after that we didn't do well in 2020. So I don't know if we are good, or I guess I don't know.
Hey, if you're not good, then you wouldn't like have went to
Yeah.
Berlin. So of
Yeah,
course
I
you
mean like
guys are
that. I
good.
mean like this is after, you know. So like this is after. I mean like before that, like people don't see all the downhill, you know, the downwards thingy of us, like the
I
downhill
mean,
story of us. So yeah, I mean it was rough year for us. Yeah, turns out, but at least we improved a little bit, I guess. So yeah, what
Yeah,
role
you
do
guys
I
did a
play?
really good job.
Thank you. So what role do I play? I was started as the duelist for the team. Like during when we switched, I think I played duelist for the team for about like a few months, and after that, my teammate for second took over the duelist role, and then I played like Sky. And recently, after I played Sky, then recently we made another changes. So we recruit another player called Jing. So we benched Shiba, and Jing is the duelist role also. So we had to switch around the role. So I had to play Sova, like the Shiba's
the
role. So
initiator
now I'm,
stuff.
yeah, the initiator basically. So now I'm playing like the initiator roles. Sometimes I play Sky, sometimes I play Sova. Yeah.
But like mostly Soba. So if you play Soba, that means you know a lot of your lineups, right?
Not really.
You,
Like
no?
I just so basically I
You
just
just
like
shoot the
started playing,
arrow.
like I just started play Sobat before the recent qualifier. And then I kind of like messed up during the tournament like a lot of times, so it's kind like I kind of like raised a lot of run for our team. So I wouldn't say my Soba is good yet. That's like kind of like palatao Soba, you know. So yeah.
Like it's okay. Lineups are not always important, right?
Yeah.
I guess. I hope. Because I don't remember my lineups.
Yeah.
So, okay. But like, I want to know what is your opinion on your own playstyle for VCT? Maybe even the Paper Rex punya playstyle for VCT. Like, yeah, what is your opinion
Mm,
on that?
my own playstyle, or like the team's playstyle in overall.
You can
My
start with
only
yourself and then the team maybe.
uh I think my role is pretty much like getting all the infos that I need, because I usually I play Sky. So when you play like Sky, you pretty much like need to use the flashes to get the info. Like even though like you don't flash for your teammates and stuff, like because with the flashes you can get the info if you flash someone. So yeah, pretty much I think the game plan for me is just like to get the info with the bird. And so yeah, something like that, like getting info for the Forsaken. I guess like Forsaken is our duelist, so pretty much like I had to support him, like make sure that he's playing his best game with my flashes and stuff, you know. So yeah, like pretty much like babysitting Forsaken, I would say. Yeah.
So you find out whether or not the enemy is around the
Yeah,
site, and
yeah,
then Forsaken will enter the site as the duelist lah.
yeah, pretty much.
That's a good team play.
Okay, so I have one question that is so straightforward to Dabai.
Yeah,
So, do you
yeah. What is it?
have like favorite player or maybe your role model for this game in VCT? If if so,
Mm,
why?
mm, I I think I don't really have a specific one, but I think I enjoy. I think you guys might not know this player because like usually people only know like those American player, which is like what Tense or Asuna. But I feel like for me, I enjoy watching Decker like from Fnatic, which is the European player. So yeah,
And he plays what usually? Like what main?
he play duelist. He plays Jett usually. So yeah, that's his role. So yeah, I enjoy watching him, and maybe I would say like Shazam too. I think like because like I like to watch players that have playstyle that I can kind of like can not really copy but like learn and like yeah,
Learn
I would say like
from.
maybe like copy like because like you can't really like copy someone else playstyle if they are not the same, you know. I mean like if they are not the type of the if wait, let me think. Let me rephrase my word. So like if that player doesn't have the playstyle that you can copy, pretty much that you're gonna waste your time like learning his playstyle, you know, because
Mm,
some like different player have different playstyles. So like if you wanna be good, you gotta like find someone that have similar playstyle so that you can copy what's the play that he's doing good. So like for me, I can't really like copy Tense because I would say like Tense is just too
he's
talented, you know.
extreme.
Yeah, like just like too talented and then like all the aggressiveness. So yeah, I don't think I can like copy his playstyle. So I rather watch like player like Shazam because like I feel like my playstyle with him is kind of like the same. So yeah, like I think it's a lot better for me to watch players that I can learn something
That
like
you
that.
can
So
learn
yeah,
from.
yeah,
Okay, understandable.
mm-hmm.
So, okay. Now we get to like I guess the deep part, kind of. So, okay, in Valorant, we all know that aim, positioning, crosshair placement, team
Okay,
tactics are like very important.
okay,
But like, I want to ask you whether you have any
okay.
advice, especially for irons like me,
Mm.
like how to improve our aim and gameplay, and
Mm.
become a radiant like you, because honestly
Mm-hmm.
I suck.
I
So
mean like
I'm gonna need all the tips
mm,
you have. I'm gonna write everything down.
I think when it comes to any games, I think it's just that you gotta learn how's the mechanics works. I think I always say this on stream, like whenever like someone asks me how to improve and stuff, but it's pretty much like the basic things. Like people don't really like focus on this because they thought like they're already like decent at that. But I feel like in order for you to be a really good player, you gotta master all the basic thing, which is like the way how's the guns work. Yeah, of course, like everyone know like you gotta drag like the recoil pattern stuff, but you gotta be consistent at doing it, you know. So
Recoil
like you
control.
cannot be, for example, another mechanism which is like you can't really like for some guns you can't really like be crouching too much because when you're crouching the spray pattern gonna be bad. So I would say in order for you to be improving fast as a player, you gotta be really self-critical about yourself when it comes to the basic things, such as like how you shoot things and how the way you strafing. Strafing means like the counter strafe, like when you're picking enemy, when you're getting info and stuff. So yeah, I think like I would say focus on the basic things rather than trying to be good at other things. Because some people they ask me like how to improve game sense. Game sense is not something that you can learn by just like watching YouTube and stuff, you know. Like the game sense is something that you can gain by playing a lot. So I mean, so rather than focusing things that you had to spend a lot of time, which is I would say game sense took longer to master than mastering all the rather than mastering all the common stuff like what I just stated before. So I would say like focus on the shooting mechanics, Yeah, something like that. And then while you focusing on that, you can also like gain game sense during the things that you are focusing. So it's kind of like two things at once. So yeah, something like that.
All right,
I see.
that's interesting.
Yeah,
Make sure
so
to write all that down for all the irons out there like me. Don't forget to write down what Davai just said. Okay, we need to rank up and defeat all the Smurfs in the low elos,
Mm-hmm.
guys.
so okay, Nike, and I found this someone asked on YouTube. It's Abdul Khalik. So he asked you, Davai, what is your routine to improve your play in Valorant, and how did Pepper Rex discover you? Alright, so that one I think you
Routine
have already
to
questioned.
improve.
Yeah, your routine to improve,
Um,
to become the professional player.
I think first that what I discovered about myself. I think everyone have different way of like being good. But for me, I would just like I don't really like to deathmatch and stuff. So when I like what I mean by I don't like means like I don't really enjoy doing the aim routine kind of thingy. So I prefer to play more. But when I play more, I don't really like just play to for fun to have fun. More like I play to improve. Like for example, even if I play badly, but I would just like focus on the how to be better, I guess. Because when you play bad, you
See.
can pretty much like analyze yourself. Because like if someone tells you, oh, you playing badly, then you gotta do this. Cause we like everyone, I feel like have their own ego when it comes to playing games. And I think the best teacher is yourself. Because only yourself can tell you like, oh, you're doing this badly. So like only yourself can accept easily, those kind of things. So I always try to be really critical about myself, like self critics. So I always like judge my own play and stuff. So like why did I do that and stuff? Like is it so yeah, I would say like I would focus on myself more to improve. So yeah.
I see.
And how
Right.
did Pepper discovered me? Pretty much I explained right just now like how we got scouted. So yeah, I think that's it's considered answer already. Mm-hmm.
So someone on YouTube actually asked if you do personal coaching.
I had now not really. I mean like I had like few people asking me to coach them, but mm, now not really. Cause like I feel like when you wanna like do those kind of things, you kinda like have to have the motivation to do. So like I would say right now no. So I don't
But you
really
used
like
to lah.
into not really used to, but I guess I'm not ready yet. I guess or like kind of like not in the mood to do that. Yeah, I mean like some of my viewers always like DM my Discord and stuff to ask if they can pay me to do coaching and stuff, but I always like say no because I would say I'm not ready to do that or more like not really into that coaching yet, I guess. So yeah, I mean like you gotta have patience to do things, right? I mean you
Yeah.
can if you don't have patience then pretty much like you might get the money and stuff, but like I don't like doing that. So I would say because I don't have the drive to do coaching yet, I would say. Yeah, something like that.
Oh, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I think this will be my personal last question. So until these days,
Mm-hmm.
people are still talking about how gaming affect people. So, in your own experience or in your own opinion, how does playing online games like benefit you or affected you?
Pros and cons are basically is it.
Hmm.
Mm, I think yeah, I would say the most obvious answer would be like yeah, you had fun playing games. I guess if you're really into like gaming. Yeah. But I think that's the only good thing, right? When it comes to yeah, maybe like you get to know like new friends if you in the game also. I mean that you might meet because like nowadays like people get to know uh like get to know someone or like friends and stuff through online. So yeah, maybe that's
Yeah,
the
since
post about
COVID.
it. Yeah, I mean like now it's COVID and stuff,
Yeah.
so yeah, maybe that's the pros about it. But I feel like there's when it comes to cons, I would say maybe getting less sleep, I guess. So cause like I think in general gamers don't really sleep at the right timing, so I would say the sleeping pattern is a bit bad. Cause like we usually, I mean, I'm talking about myself. I mean, like I always sleep late and stuff. So like not getting like proper rest, I would say. So
I
yeah,
see,
I
I see.
think yeah, the sleeping pattern kind of like messed up. And wait, another constant. I don't know. Wait, what's the question? Wait, let me find.
All right.
Affect people gaming. Wait. Oh, like my brain lagging.
It's okay. Sometimes ping
Mm,
spike up, so we understand.
and maybe we like. I think if you're like into gaming, then you kind of like don't really like get to interact with the outside life. I would say, cause like you pretty much like get stuck in front of your PC. Cause I feel like that's kind of a bad thing also that could possibly be happen to gamers. Cause like you'll be like spending pretty much like what maybe 15 hours or like 10 hours in front of this computer. So yeah, you don't really like, get to interact with your I don't know, maybe families or like friends and stuff. So yeah, I would say that's kind of bad too, so yeah.
All right.
Alright. Okay, so yeah, before we end the show, Davai, do you
Oh
have
yeah.
like any last word maybe for the viewers, or maybe you want to promote your stream, like your Twitch or social media or anything? Now is the chance.
uh I think for I would say like I don't know, maybe I just want to say thanks to those that always been supporting me from when I started as nothing, from nothing to not saying something, but like yeah, I mean like somewhere here, somewhere there. So yeah, I mean like I want to thank my fan, I guess, or and friends too that always been supporting me throughout my career. So yeah, thank you. And even though I would say like now we're not really doing well because we just lose the last chance qualifier to Berlin. But I do hope that you guys do stay supporting us, and then like as usual, like don't just like support us when we are like above like qualified for something. But so yeah, something like that. So yeah, thank you, I guess.
So yeah, thank you to Davai
Mm-hmm.
also for being here on our show tonight. Thank you for spending
Mm-hmm.
your time
No
and for
problem.
agreeing to be here with us.
No problem. Thanks for having me too. And shout out to my homeboy Jesus. I see you in the chat. See you soon, brother. So yeah.
Jumpa minggu depan.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Okay.
we also would like to thank all the viewers out there for tuning in to tonight's episode of Peepschat. And before we end the show, do not forget to catch us live every Thursday at 9 p.m. on IIUM TV YouTube channel and also Facebook page.
And last but
Mhm.
not least, don't forget to follow IIM TV on our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and also LinkedIn. Banyak lagi
Yeah.
follow.
And we will see you again next week with a new topic and with a new guest. I am Arisha. And
And
stay safe,
I'm
guys.
Nikki.
All right, yeah, and also yeah, please stay safe and abide by the SOPs. Right,
And
Davan?
well,
All
and
right.
that is
Thanks
it.
for having me.
Only on Happy Peeps Healthy Chat. It's Peeps Chat by IIM TV. Assalamualaikum, good night, and see you guys next week.
Good night,
Thank you,
everyone.
Davai.
Thank you,
Thank
Thank
Davan,
you
for
you.
to
Thank
being
you
all
for
the
having me.
here.
No problem.
viewers.
Thanks for having me too. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.
Sekejap. Jangan leave lagi tau.
Oh. Okay, okay.